Here's a scenario. Your bag gets stolen in the dark in the Bronx. A bag given to you by your brother, a man you only occasionally visit through text messages since moving from Jersey to Brooklyn, an entire body of water away from your blood, which is the thickest of coincidences since you recently found out he's been taking lessons at the Y to learn how to swim, and a part of you wants to believe that this is his way of saying he misses you, but that just makes you feel guilty because your limbs were born with the innate ability to tread water, yet you're just too busy to get your clothes wet, and the price of dry cleaning in the city is ridiculous, and your bag has just gotten stolen, so you don't even have your wallet anymore, even though your father always taught you to keep your wallet in your back pocket, but you don't listen to him much because you don't like the way he treats your mother. Well, at least that's why you tell yourself. Well, truth is, you're just scared he's disappointed in you, even though he drives from Jersey to Brooklyn every Wednesday to take you out to lunch and talk to you only about the topics you're comfortable talking about, and like a coward, you choose the news, even though you don't have cable at your apartment. So now you're just spewing out the bits and pieces you can gather for the TV at the diner you're eating at, and now you're talking about Obama as if your father is not willing to die for you, and now you're ignoring your father's warning to put your wallet back in your pocket again, and now your wallet is gone along with your bag, and every inch of you is a siren blaring against a rain-speckled night, and now you're cursing into a barren street, turning your mouth into a gutter the sky filters through, and a part of you is relieved for not having to carry all that weight on your back anymore, but that's not the response your boss is going to want to hear when you tell them they got the laptop too, so now you're mad again, close to tears, and you haven't even thought about your medication being in that bag too, because all you could think about is your job and your credit card and the book. You are 2 chapters away from finishing the one that made you feel smart whenever you open it up in public places, and now you're sitting on the J train without a book to read, so you make yourself look as small as possible. So if you're not noticed for being the smartest, at least you'll be noticed for carrying the most weight on your back even without a bag, and now you think it'd be the perfect time to call him. The boy you've been talking to for 5 months who recently asked you for space. There's nothing you've done, just something he feels like he needs, but your bag was just stolen, right? So who cares what he needs? So you call him and he doesn't answer, so you text him telling him what happened, and you use only lowercase letters even when beginning new sentences to better portray how small you feel on the J train, but he won't respond until the next morning, so you spend the rest of the ride sobbing about how a man walked off with all of your stuff, and like a fool, you think to text your ex and ask him if it is raining inside of his bedroom like it is everywhere else, but you don't. Not because you know better, because you don't have enough money to get to his place anyway, and you still don't want him knowing where you live, and now you're catching eye contact from the elderly man bopping to the music in his head, and you begin to sob harder because you know this is all the intimacy this city has left to offer. So when you get home, you just turn on some porn, but none of the men look like you, and usually that's what you prefer, but a few days ago you had phone sex with a white man of crisis who says he loves nigger ass and would like to put a baby inside of you, even though you knew it was wrong. You didn't hang up the phone until both of you finished, and you've been feeling guilty about that shit ever since. You just turned off the porn before both of you finished as your own silent punishment, and now your roommate is knocking on your door with Intimates cookies in exchange for the story of your night. And all you can manage to tell him about is how the rain covered the street and how every traffic light seemed to be snickering. He would suggest you fill out a police report, and you would think that to be genius. So when a police officer asks you for a description of the suspect, you would just say, men, all of them. In particular, all the ones you have ever loved. You are sure it is them who's got your stuff before you can even get to the precinct. Your mother will call you and ask you if you have been eating, and you will tell her what happened in the dark in the Bronx, and she will ask you what you were doing there in the first place, and you will reply work, reply credit card, reply wallet, but never pills, never exhaustion, never I only eat 2 meals a day because I can't bear another thing holding me down, but she will know anyway. Why? Because she always does. Why? Because she's your mother. Why? Because you were just a thing locked inside that woman long before you were ever a man, and she will suggest you pray. But you are from Brooklyn now. So you just one-up her and go to some new age church instead, the type where the congregation compliments you in your acid-washed jeans. You would take your best friend, not your best friend from college, but your best friend from life. The one from college doesn't talk to you much anymore, and that just makes you feel sad because it reminds you of your ex and all the things you have loved that did not love you back. So now you just jot him in your head as another man to be added to a list of suspects. But for right now, your actual best friend is sitting next to you crying in response to whatever the preacher just said. So you just put your hand on her back. And now the loss of your bag is feeling that much more heavy because you know this is all you have left to offer. And it isn't much. It's just a hand connected to an arm, connected to a body stuffed inside a sanctuary. So now you feel hopeless enough to pray. So you just close your eyes and you ask God about the rain. And even though you're not as well versed in the Bible as you may like, you know some dude built an ark and all he has what God provided him with. So you ask God if he can make your body sturdy enough to withstand this storm. Then you open your eyes and your best friend is now cupping your hands and whispering, "Thank you." As if you have given her something. As if you still have something left to give, and you think to yourself, if love is the only thing you will ever be able to pull out of loss, then amen. Then amen. Thank you.